everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today is a horoscope spread reading for the sign of Gemini. So whether it's your sun sign, so that when people ask your sign, that's your sun sign, or if you're looking for your moon, Venus, or rising, as well as if you're on the cusp, or if you're watching for someone else, but this is the sign of Gemini for December 2019. However, this is a timeless reading, so if you're drawn to this at a later date, that just means the messages were meant for you then. And please keep in mind this is a collective reading, so you might not resonate with everything, just take what does. However, something could always resonate at a later date. So we're going to jump in. So each placement is for a house of the zodiac. I have your sign Gemini in the middle. And so for the first house we have of the self, we have the Queen of Cups, which is clarified by the moon. So in your feels, in your emotions. So whether you're a male or a female watching, because it's the queen, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. So whether you're a male or a female watching this, definitely you might be feeling emotional. Also, I'm getting, for some of you could feel like you got the blues is something I'm getting. So for whatever reason, you might be feeling, and I'm also getting craving. There's a feeling you're craving, you're feeling that is missing. So that, like for some of you, you are lost in this emotion, you're lost in this feeling that you have, whether it's something that you're still seeking or sought after, again with that craving, or if it's something that is there. And this is of the self. So definitely this, whether it's, like I said, we all have a feminine side. So even if you're a masculine or a male, right now you might be really feeling that feminine part of yourself and your emotions. And again, for some of you could be feeling the blues. So just to let you know, what I'm doing is each time, right now I have them all the cards face towards me, but as I read each house of the zodiac, I'm going to place the cards face towards you and the camera. And I don't read reversals. I go by my intuition with what I get from each card. So, just keep in mind that that's how I do things, and I'll just be moving them towards the camera as I'm talking for each one. Also, I do want to let you know, in addition to the 12 houses, I do have a bonus card underneath the Gemini card. And also I do have a couple oracles from the Blessed Bee, what your blessing coming in is, as well as some tea leaf reading cards I'll get to at the end. And also I am going to do extended reading. So we're going to clarify things in the extended that maybe came up now that weren't, that were whether highlighted or needed clarity. Also, I'll be using the Heal Yourself Oracle cards, as well as the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins, Angel Answers, and Romance Angels. So, as well as using the Gilded Tarot, like I said, to clarify. So, if that is something of interest after you're done watching this reading, I do have that as well. Okay, so now getting into the second house of finances, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I believe maybe Taurus had this same placement or somewhere. So, again, like I said, if you are on a cusp, so definitely if you're on the Taurus Gemini cusp, there might be messages in there for you as well if you want to check out the Taurus reading. To clarify, we have Ace of Pentacles. So a beautiful new beginning in finances and career. So the Nine of Pentacles, I always say, is my independent woman card or independent man. Again, it doesn't just have to be a woman just because that's what's depicted. But definitely the Ace of Pentacles, a new start, a new beginning, a new firm foundation. So even if you are currently successful in what you have been doing, this is just maybe, for some of you, this could maybe be a bonus. For some of you, it could be a new opportunity that's coming in that's going to bring you more income. It could be even a raise. Take what resonates. It's going to be different because this is a collective reading, but definitely it's showing success, and that financially, things look promising for you, Gemini, in December. Okay, so for communications, the third house. So we have the Magician highlighted by the Fool. So very interesting, both majors coming up here. Okay, so for some of you, this could be about, because the Magician, master of manifestations, right? And the Fool is always like a new beginning, a new journey, because out of the major cards, the Fool starts what is called the Fool's journey. Ends with the Fool, ends with the world. And it's interesting because right after the Fool comes the Magician. So even though the Magician came out first, definitely like there's something new that you are planning, new on the horizon. And you haven't fully seen the big picture is something I'm getting. You haven't fully seen everything come to life. For some of you might even feel like you took a step back, like, you started moving forward, because again, with the Magician coming out first, then the Fool after, and normally, again, the Fool and the Magician follows. So for some of you might feel like you had to take a step back and things aren't falling into suit. However, you are getting there. You are down this new road, or will be going down this new road, and you could manifest what it is you're wanting. You have that power there. But I'm getting something about like a shield. You might be shielding yourself. And maybe this is where the emotions are coming in. Okay, I'm also getting for some of you might feel like you've been thrown off balance by those emotions. Because also for those of you who feel like you were, you felt the sorrow, you were in like you got the blues energy, that's definitely not good for manifesting, right? Sorry, I've been doing a lot of videos today, so if I sometimes don't speak correctly, that's why. And so definitely if you've been feeling like you're in your emotions, you haven't been in that space a while, and there were certain things that you were needing to confront or deal with that you didn't want to, or that made you sad, made you blue, or you're feeling like you're craving something that you don't have, then it's like getting into this lack mentality, and that could be what's bringing you back. However, it might be for a reason, because obviously there's things that if you weren't dealing with or still needed to confront or emotionally experience. It's actually good that it's happening now as opposed to later on in your journey. So take it as a blessing, not a curse. The fourth house of home and family, we have the King of Swords, followed by the Nine of Wands. So the King of Swords, air energy. So obviously, that includes Gemini as well as Libra and Aquarius. So this is definitely you, King of the Castle. Whether you're a man or female, again, take it doesn't have to be a man just because the man's in the card or it's labeled as a king. So I mean, for the home and family situation, it's definitely showing you more on your own. So whether that's real or actual, it's like, I'm getting some of you could have given yourself a time out. Okay, so again, this could go back to maybe those feelings that have been kept hidden that now you're needing to confront. So maybe you haven't been as lively. So maybe, you have maybe secluded yourself even within the home, or secluded yourself from the people that you love most, or, family, or friends that are like family, or if you have a partner. It's just like, maybe, again, take what resonates. For some of you, if you do live alone, you're single, but even if you have live with someone or have a family, this could definitely be, it's like you're just needing time for you. For some of you, I'm also getting this feeling of not wanting to be bothered. And I was hearing something about being rescued, which is interesting. Like you don't want to be bothered, but then you want to be like saved. Okay. So you'll want to think about that. If this makes sense to you, I mean, we could always get in depth in the extended. Okay, so the fifth house, which deals with casual romance, creativity, children. So we have the Strength card and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, it was interesting because I was getting like as a song, like 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Like 3 to get ready, go, go, go. And then I was getting like the peacock, and like, you know how the male peacocks, or, like when you talk about peacocking. So there could be someone that you were trying to show off for. So again, this queen doesn't have to be a female. So whether you're interested in men, women, again, but there could be someone that you're showing off for. When it comes to casual romance, maybe you're interested in. Okay, I'm also getting 2. For some of you, this is that you're in the performing arts. You're a performer with that creativity. Because the Strength card could also resonate with the sign of Leo. And Leo is the sign of the performer. And like what I was getting with the showing off, and with this being in the 5th house of creativity, and creative endeavors in the arts. So for some of you, and it's interesting because I think while I was shuffling, I was kept getting hearing songs in my head, and I was getting, I think maybe we have some singers or vocalists or musicians in this group. So if you are a musician, this is just clarifying that there's someone maybe you want to show off for. So this could even be someone you're trying to show off for who's going to give you an opportunity. Or maybe someone you want to partner up with or work with. There's just someone you want to impress or show off, and it definitely could be regarding what you do and put out. And again, for some of you, this is regarding performing. If it's not performing, Leo does also rule this 5th house of the zodiac, which deals with creativity. So it doesn't have to be just music. It could be something creative-wise that you're trying to show off. Again, whether someone you want to work for, you want to get a job for, or it's just a casual romance that you're wanting to show off to this person. Or it could be all across the board, but take what resonates. Let's see. 6th house. So we have the Empress, clarified by the 10 of Cups. So the 6th house deals with work and health. So okay, again, for some of you, I mean, it's funny too, because going back to this feminine energy, like Gemini's, it's showing like you getting in touch with your feminine energy and it being a positive thing and you needing to do that. And like, it's funny because I'm not seeing like the masculine energy as more so you're in this energy or need to be in this energy. But it was funny because Aries was getting that very in the masculine energy and needing to bring in the feminine energy, but like struggling. And again, it's not for everybody, but definitely if you have Aries in your chart, or this, could be something that just goes to show more about embracing this. Because as far as your health is concerned, once you balance out your feminine and masculine sides, you're going to be so happy within. Because also, if you are in a creative field, the Empress, this is, the Empress just doesn't create life, meaning like human beings. It's also about like your creative pursuits, what you want to birth into this world. So, and definitely, so I feel like for some of you, it's like this is about your, you trying to balance your feminine, like bringing your feminine masculine sides into balance and being happy and content within. For some of you, this goes back to your work where you are in a creative field and, you're letting yourself shine and you're happy. So regardless of what outcome there is, it's like you are making yourself happy by what you are doing. And again, like with the 2nd house of you had that everything looked promising financial wise. So it's not just, you're not just fulfilled financially, you are emotionally as well. And if you don't feel that now, you will be. But again, that's part of maybe like coming into more of this feminine energy. The 7th house, which deals with partnerships, relationships, marriage, you have the 4 of Pentacles, followed by the Sun card. So with this 4 of Pentacles, there's definitely things you need to release. I'm also getting tossed out the window was like, whatever words come to me is what comes to me and I say. So even if it sounds funny, I mean, sometimes I say things that I would never even say. Oh my God, it's funny because one of my friends, who's actually a Gemini, I read for her a couple months ago. And oh my God, and she's actually a singer. So if you're watching this, you'll laugh and you'll know exactly what I'm going to say. I told her that she needs to lay down those tracks, and she was laughing at me because she's like, that's not something you would say, Heather. And she was saying how, but it like was on her level where she would respond to. I'm like, yeah, I got to lay down those tracks. So, so it's just funny that that's coming to mind right now, and she is actually a Gemini. So, so anyways, getting back to this, relationships matter at hand. Definitely there's things that you need to toss out. Like, see how he's holding on to them? I mean, you not just need to drop them. You need to like toss them. You need to throw them, because there's like things that you're holding on to that don't serve you. And also I'm getting with the sun card, which sometimes people see as Leo, because the sun, you know, each sign has a ruler, and Leo's ruler is the sun. So definitely this could be about pride and ego. And I'm hearing you going like, nope, nope. So definitely like you're holding on to these things and you're keeping yourself stuck. So if you're single, you're keeping yourself stuck. If you're in a relationship, you're keeping yourself stuck. So we'll go deeper in this and the extended, but for now, it's definitely there's things you're needing to let go of. And some of it could be about this pride, this ego, these things that just don't serve you anymore, because Leo can be stubborn, right? So just making sure that you're mindful of this. Oh, 1 second. I just need to take a sip of my drink. I talk so much in these, and then my voice is like totally dry and I start coughing. Okay. So we have the 8th house of the zodiac, which deals with death, sex, taxes, the occult, inheritances, other people's money. So 8th house, you have Queen of Wands and 2 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so I'm being drawn to... Okay, so see how there's 2 paths in front? And there's these birds that are flying away from this path. And I'm being drawn to how like there's more of the light that's hitting this wand right here in this path. So with the 8th house of death, I feel like there's these 2 roads available to you. And I think you ultimately know which one is the right one. But again, this could be with the Wands energy, that's fire energy. And Leo is a fire sign. So remember we talked about Leo and the sun. And Wands energy, Aries, you know, Leo, Sagittarius. And again, remember I talked about the Aries video that I shot, came up with like the feminine, needing to bring in the feminine energy. So even though Wands fire is actually a masculine. So you might be on one road, and I was hearing taking your time on one road. And you know ultimately you need to veer over to the other road. And this is maybe where that 4 of Pentacles, you're needing to let things go. So you're not allowing this death to happen. This death and rebirth is what I'm getting. Because you know that you could take 2 different roads. And for some of you, you're going to get, some of you, it's ultimately going to land at the same destination. It's just matter on your free will choice what you choose, which path you choose. Okay, are you going to make it easy on yourself or not? And not to say that the easier path is the right path, because most times the easier path isn't, because, you know, it's like the easy convenient path normally isn't. But again, it's going to be different depending on your situation. So some of you know that ultimately both roads lead to one, lead to the same, and you're just not getting on. It's just like, which route do you want to take? For some of you, this could be like this one is going to dead end. And then again, it's like ultimately, then you're just going to have to turn around and then end up going the other way. And some of you could be stubborn with this Queen of Wands energy. You're like, no, I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it this way. And then ultimately, like, your guides are shaking their heads because they're just like, okay, well, we'll let her learn. We'll let him learn. And again, take what resonates, but it's like, this could be part of that ego death that where you're kind of just like not allowing this to happen. It's like ultimately it's like a free will choice that you have to like the timing of things aren't just divine timing. It's depending on also when you choose to go. Okay, now I'm getting that Lenny Kravitz song. Oh my God. And I think that happened to me, I think in the singles love readings for November. And I don't remember what sign that was. Or wait, no, was that another video I did? Maybe it was my Twin Flame and Lightworker video. I don't remember. Recently I did a video and that song came up. And that Lenny Kravitz song, Will You Go My Way? And so I feel definitely there's this energy of this like stubborn, fiery energy where you're like, nope, like you kind of want to show somebody or you want to show the universe or I don't know who you're sticking it to with that wand there, but like you're not doing yourself favors. So not to call you out, but just, you know, keeping it real. I mean, my rising sign's Gemini, so I'm not one to talk, but anyways, we're going to go into the 9th house, which deals with travel as well as education. So you had the Justice card and followed by the 2 of Cups. So, oh my God. Okay. And I just heard where 2 roads meet. And that's so funny with what the 2 of Wands that I got. So for some of you, like there could be someone at a distance, relationship wise, and whether this is a long-term relationship, or this is someone that you meet traveling, or maybe you live like a while from each other. I mean, they don't have to be, but Justice is relates to the sign of Libra, another air sign like yourself. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but Libra is highlighted. However, it doesn't have to mean that. Just maybe for some of you, that could be clarification. However, with the Justice, these are the scales of balance. So in relationships and partnerships, if one person's doing all the work or doing the majority of the work, that's not a balanced partnership. That's not healthy, right? So this is about like a balanced, healthy partnership of give and take, of mutual love and respect. And again, it's like, okay, I'm hearing something about it coming at a cost. And I'm getting like something about doing the work. So definitely if this is someone you meet on the road or on when you're traveling on vacation, on a work trip, or, you know, moved or lives farther from you, or maybe, you know, if you're in college or going to school of some kind, you know, you meet them there. Because again, this is not only travel, but education, the 9th house. You can maybe meet them in college as well, or some kind of schooling or study program that you're involved in. And we'll look deeper with the romance angels in the extended. Okay, the 10th house, career, success. We have the 2 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. And I'm getting I want to earn. So for those of you who don't feel you have like, some of you might be worried financially, like maybe you're waiting. Oh my God. Okay. It's funny because I was like, oh, you're waiting for that other pentacle to come in. Like you're holding one and then you're waiting for the other one to come in. You're ready to receive. And it's funny because, and remember in the 2nd house, which deals with your finances, you get that Ace of Pentacle, you get that pentacle. So this is actually really great because it's showing that pentacle coming in for you. So you're going to, and it's not just money, like, because the 2nd house isn't just our finances, it's our worth, as in our self-worth. So you might be someone that ties your financial success, your career success to your self-worth. So if you aren't prospering, if you're not earning, if you're not, succeeding in what you're doing, if you're not, again, going back to that, I was getting manifesting again, and that was the Magician and your communication. And it was interesting because the house of communication was more about like you communicating what you're wanting to the universe with manifesting. And I was like, I don't know why I keep saying that weird. I don't know. I think it's just I've been talking for too long. Anyways, what was I going to say? Okay, so yeah, definitely it's like you're waiting for this. And I also do want to point out with that feminine energy, if you've been needing to balance that out and you're coming into your feminine energy, that is actually really good because the feminine energy is the receptive energy. So if you as the masculine are constantly putting out and giving, you are not open to receiving, right? Like, so you have to open your hand out like he is to get that pentacle. So it's actually powerful for you to be in your feminine energy, whether you're male or female, because this is how this is coming in. And with the high priestess, I also got like the expression, like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So I think for some of you, like, you were like unsure of how this is going to come in. Like I think you're questioning the universe. And as a Gemini, it's funny because I was going to say you're a thinker. And then I looked at the Gemini card and it says, I think right there. So definitely like you might be overthinking this and you're like, questioning the universe, like, and the powers that be, like, how am I going to get this? When is this coming? How is this going to happen? And they're like, can you please calm down? Like, can you please trust? Like, stop thinking so much. Stop being in that masculine energy of like logic and like mental space. Just, use your powers of intuition, be receptive, be open, be trusting, and then this will come. This will fall into place. Okay. So now we're going to go to the 11th house, which deals with friends, acquaintances, groups, social interactions, hopes, dreams, aspirations. So we have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Judgment card. Okay, I was getting something about being all choked up. So the Ace of Swords, I'm getting maybe this could be the Sword of Truth. And then it's interesting with the Judgment and with this horn. So maybe and also it's interesting with the blue in this card, which the throat chakra is blue, and that's all about speaking your truth as well as creative expression. So you don't want blockages in your throat chakra, especially if you're a singer or a performer or in the creative arts endeavors. You definitely don't want a blocked throat chakra. I mean, you don't want that anyways, but definitely not for those of you who that applied to. So this is maybe where, I'm getting clogged. This throat chakra, and this could be the choked up, and this could go back to what I said with the Queen of Cups and the Moon. If you're feeling the blues again, or if you are feeling all this emotion, you need to release it. You need to let it out. You need to cry it out. You need to speak it out. And that's interesting because the Aries also had things that they had to communicate. And then the Taurus was like, I think had something about they were needing to release too, but I think that was more heart chakra. So again, like, check out your other placements because I'm already seeing like, this is obviously I did Aries, Taurus, Gemini, so I haven't even got to the other signs yet, but definitely you'll want to check your other placements. So I'm getting that you're choked up. There's maybe something you need to speak up about, and maybe it's hard for you to do so. And it could be definitely about cutting something out of your life. So this could even be like with this 11th house of friends, acquaintances, group, social interactions. I think I was about to mesh all my words together. Like, I love doing these readings and I love getting as many, like, I want to keep going, but then it's like communication wise, it's like I need to like cool it because I feel like I don't make sense. So I'm hoping I'm making sense to you all. But anyways, definitely. Oh, and that makes sense. Oh, okay. How I said that you could be choked up. It's interesting. I'm having trouble communicating right now. Okay, so that's a message for you all as well. And I'm getting, let this sort of truth speak through you. And when you speak, this doesn't mean that you have to be cold or harsh or blunt. Still speak with love and light, but there's things you need to say, okay? And as the sign of Gemini is not a sign that likes to really deal with their feelings on a deeper level and speak them. It's like definitely like tries to be more lighthearted and fun. So this definitely could be like, definitely with the 11th house with friends. This could be maybe friends that no longer serve you, or, and it's just maybe you're not on the same page or at the same level, or it's just, you know, we all have people that come and go out of our lives. And it's not to say anything bad about them. It's just sometimes they no longer serve a purpose, and we need to let go, and we need to move on, and we need to let the other party do so as well. So this definitely could be something where maybe your group of friends just, parting ways, or a certain friendship. This also could be something that's holding you back with your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. So there's things maybe you need to cut out of your life to make room for what you're wanting, the grand vision that you have for your life. It's not going to happen if you're not speaking up, speaking your truth, clearing like out of your life what doesn't serve you. And it could be numerous things if it's regarding what you're really wanting in life. And again, I'm getting like you telling me no. So for those of you telling me no, like this is becoming a problem because I've heard no twice. And, but your problems aren't going to go away just because you don't want to deal with them, right? They're just going to be there. You sweep them under the rug, and guess what? You're just going to have more shit and dirt under the rug. Okay, so then we have the 12th house. You have the 9 of Cups. The 12th house, the hidden, unconscious, what's unknown to you, and then the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the nine of Cups is normally what is called the wish fulfillment card, getting what you're wanting, what you're desiring. So it is showing that, again, going back to the Magician card and what you're manifesting, it's like you getting what you're wanting. However, it's not going to happen overnight. It's taking its time, because the Pentacle energy, Earth energy, takes time. It's slow moving. However, because Knights are also the card of movement if it's not actually about a person. But however, with Pentacle energy, Earth energy, this helps you put not only one foot in front of the other, and then you're also building on a firm foundation. It's like you're not just rushing in without things thought out, or like this is like a good energy to bring in, because if you're wanting something long lasting, you're wanting something, it's going to take its time, right? And I'm like, don't give up hope on this, but again, like you have some work to do still to get that. And that also deals with dealing with your feelings. And it's funny because I was like getting caught, like I was like clapping, and I'm like, oh, I feel like a cheerleader. And I actually was a cheerleader in high school. So it's funny, like right now I'm like a cheerleader. I'm like, you need to do your work. You need to deal with your emotions. But it's like a good cheering on, because then you're going to get what you're wanting with this Knight of Cups. So dealing with your emotions, letting go of that sadness and blues, rising that vibration, knowing that you can manifest what it is you're wanting, but you have to clear some things out of your life that don't serve you. You need to stop being stubborn. You need to let this ego death happen and just chuck out with the window what doesn't serve you. So that's what's coming up so far. We will get clarity in the extended reading on the main themes that came up and things that weren't completely clarified. However, we're going to go into your blessings for the month of December. So we have 2 cards that came out. We have a blessing on your creativity. So again, if you're in a creative endeavor, this is a blessing. So you might be really inspired in December, or there might be something you've already created that's going to take off. And I'm also getting take flight. And it's funny because I noticed the birds in the card. And this might be where this opportunity is coming. This Ace of Pentacles is coming in. But again, for some of you, this could be like a new project you start, or something, a new opportunity that's coming in. We also have a blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. So going back to, there's, maybe there's certain things you need to cut out of your life. You're all choked up. There's things you need to say. So, and just because you communicate something, that doesn't mean that's a fight. That doesn't mean that's an argument. Asking for what you need, or speaking your truth to someone, telling someone how you feel, or telling someone that, this is no longer working, or telling someone, it's just, the truth is the truth, right? So it doesn't have to be a battle. It doesn't have to be a fight, a confrontation, just because you are speaking up. So people have to learn that this is a healthy thing. This isn't a negative thing. Okay. And people, I mean by you. For those of you who that resonates for. Okay, the tea leaf reading cards. So there's different messages that came through. So the first one came through as older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. So for some of you, this could, if you are a woman, it doesn't mean like old, you know, like, you know, some of you could be watching this and I mean, you know, it's like age is a state of mind. So you could, you know, be like watching this in 30 and being like, oh, this is me. Like I'm very mature, you know, I mean, so take what resonates. So for some of you, this could be you, or for some of you, this could be whether it's a friend, it's a romantic partner, it's a mentor, it's a guide, it's someone you work with or worked for. But I asked for clarification on who this, regarding this older woman, and we have chair empty, someone is leaving your life. So again, going back to with what I said, you know, between a blessing that cannot be avoided, with the judgment and the Ace of Swords, like I said, so this could be a friend, this could be an acquaintance, this could be someone that you were working with side by side, this could be a relationship, this could be, or this, if this is about yourself, there might be like some aspect of yourself that needs to shed, you know, like that ego death, like dropping those pentacles, but take where it resonates. But this is what came up. Also for some, like this could just be for one or two of you, but I was getting like for some of you, it could be someone that like you helped. So maybe they were like draining you because you kept helping or giving to this person, and it left you feeling empty. Because ultimately, like if we constantly give to someone or a situation and we aren't giving back, it's unbalanced, right? Like with what I was talking about earlier with the Justice card. And even if this was someone that you were just like a neighbor that you're trying to help or something, you know, like very minimal, because remember the 11th house, it could be acquaintance even. This could be someone you're helping and you're constantly helping. And it's not to say not to help people. I'm just saying that if you feel like you don't want to help, like, you know, like, or you're constantly saying yes when you want to say no, or if someone's constantly asking of you and you feel like you're not getting anything back and it's draining your energy, it's taking your time away from you, then this is when you need to like cut the cord, or actually pull the cord. I would never say cut cords. I always say pull cords, as in cord pulling. So this is just something for you to think about. And I was getting something about maybe you feel like you're wavering with making this decision. So just, again, take what resonates. Okay, so we have Star, guaranteed success. Okay, so perfect card for those of you who are singers, performers in the creative field. Okay, that's like the perfect card for y'all. And we have Bull, plenty of material things. So again, like what I said was like, you have your finances coming, you have your success coming. And then we have Caterpillar, things will not always be this way, a change is coming. So this definitely is about your transformation you need to go through, that you need to let take place, because the caterpillar ultimately becomes the butterfly. And oh, remember what I said about taking flight with your creativity card? So definitely like you need to allow this to happen and you need to allow this to unfold. And I feel like, again, it's like some of this is you holding yourself back because of that stubbornness, you know, of that like ego, of that pride. So yeah, you just need to get out of your own way and allow things to happen. Okay, so I hope you liked this. It resonated. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, The Magical Maven, as well as follow me on Instagram. And if you'd like to check out the extended reading, in the description box below, there will be details on how you could purchase it. And also feel free to check out your Sun, Moon, Venus rising, as well as if you're on a cusp. And I send you all love and light. Bye.